And President Trump is criticizing Mexico's president after she rejected his plan for U.S. troops to help fight cartels in Mexico. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum says Mexico's sovereignty is not for sale. Now President Trump says she's afraid of the cartels.
If Mexico wanted help with the cartels, we would be honored to go in and do it. I told her that. I would be honored to go in and do it. The cartels are trying to destroy our country. They're evil. Well, she's so afraid of the cartels she can't walk, so, that's the reason. And I think she's a lovely woman. But the president of Mexico is a lovely woman. But she is so afraid of the cartels that she can't even think straight.
Let's bring in senior Pentagon reporter Luis Martinez for more. Luis, what more can you tell us about this proposal for U.S. troops to go into Mexico to help fight the cartels?
Well, Dan, we really don't have much information other than what we heard from President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico and those comments from President Trump. Essentially, that appears that an offer was made for U.S. troops to assist in some capacity against the Mexican cartels, which, as we know, are the ones that are funneling illegal migrants across the border into the United States, as well as funneling drugs, most notably fentanyl, into the United States. What the U.S. military role so far has been the authorization of up to 10,000 U.S. troops along the southwest border. And since their deployment, what we have seen in the last couple of months is a significant drop in the flow of migrants coming across the border, but very few specifics about any idea of what how the United States may have offered to help Mexico here. When I asked the question of DoD officials, they referred me back to the White House.
And President Sheinbaum says she will never accept the presence of the United States military in Mexican territory. So what other options are defense officials considering here, and what's at stake?
Well, very little information from defense officials, but one of the things that we can't talk about, Diane, is that the United States has actually been undertaking surveillance flights along the southwest border with Mexico, but remaining above U.S. territory. But back in February, Mexico acknowledged that it had requested U.S. intelligence flights over Mexican territory, and and we learned later that some of those flights had provided information to potentially the arrest of some senior cartel leaders. So while the Sheinbaum is saying no U.S. troops in Mexico, she has essentially asked the United States to conduct intelligence flights. We think they were being run by the CIA to carry out intelligence gathering on the cartels, and that has been allowed. But whether this relationship is going to broaden further beyond what we heard between Sheinbaum and Trump this weekend, well, that remains to be seen.
All right, senior Pentagon reporter Luis Martinez, thank you.